Yo, what's up, people? This is the Other Side of the Sun podcast. I'm the solarkidd, and we have the lovely Lya. Ba, 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 ba.
Okay.
Hola, Lya. ¿Qué pasa? How are you?
Thank you for the invite. I'm very good, very good. On a Wednesday in September 2020.
2020. Yeah, you mustn't put dates because you never know what time the show is gonna come out. But yeah, it's fine. Cool. It's cool. It's cool. Lya is a drummer, a percussionist of the highest caliber, I would say. She also loves surfing, skateboarding, video editing, sound engineering, and just an all-round fucking sick person.
Thank you. Yeah.
I met Lya long ago, quite a while ago now, isn't it?
Like more than 6 years, I think.
It's only 6 years.
Well, maybe 8.
8. I think it's about 8, maybe like 2012 or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, must be. So yeah, tell us about you, man. Let's introduce you to my peoples, man. Say what's up.
What's up, people?
How you been?
I'm good. I've been not playing a lot in the past few months. Focus on surfing because I think I had no time before. It was like too busy with gigs, and every time I planned to go to a surf trip on the weekend, it was like, I'm coming this weekend. Then a gig came out and I was like, okay, no, let's do the gig first. So now my priority is surfing.
Such a tough life you have, you know.
Right?
Surfing and playing.
Yeah, that will be the dream, you know. It would be awesome if surf, could be rewarding in a monetary way to like just surf and get paid for surfing. But because I'm so amateur, I'm kind of like learning how to rip the wave now.
Yeah, I saw some shit.
I've been waiting all my life to feel that like, and it's so good. So that's the best payment, just like to feel happy, to feel like a kid again.
Or you could live by the ocean and still play and like go and surf every day and then still have a career playing, you know what I mean?
That's what I've been thinking, but then I'm looking, where is that city that you could do music, surf, probably LA, but I'm so into the European culture that I don't know if I will move back to another side of the Atlantic,
And the water's cold there, isn't it? Well, I suppose that doesn't matter, but you got good waves there now.
After living in England, anything can be cold and it's fine, it's like, oh yeah, it's fine.
And plus the weather's warm all year round in LA anyway, man.
Yeah. But no, let's just stay in Europe. I'm focusing on Portugal. They have the best waves.
Do they have good waves there?
Really, really good waves for like all levels. That's a cool thing about it. And it's not so far. Like me now living in London, I have to drive probably like 3 or 5 hours to go to a decent beach, and it's not so constant. And there is like 30 minutes from Lisbon,
Oh, from Lisbon. Okay.
Yeah, and then you got all the coast going up or down. There are always, good waves.
A proper okay. I didn't think there was like actual surfing there. I was gonna say like, I suppose Barcelona, there's no waves there, is there? There's not really.
No. Portugal has a really good like surf culture that I don't think many people know about it. Like they have to really be into surfing, but it's really, really good. Like France is more renowned, or Spain, but yeah, it's good.
I suppose that the community is quite small there. I mean, like I know we went to Lisbon like 2 years ago, so it's not like, not London, you know what I mean? It's not pop. Yeah. It's not even like Barcelona, to be honest.
Yeah, it's different. I think there is a space to do many things, and it's kind of like really old school and conservative, and it just needs some more input, but that might change. I think probably in the next 5 years, with the amount of tourism and people like traveling, they might be more open to like receive more influences from some other places. But there are really good musicians there, and I think something can be done. Maybe it's just hidden and we don't know, but
no, it's true. I love Lisbon. Was one of the coolest places I've been to, and I've got friends from there as well, like, and stuff. Like I like it. I like Portugal. Actually, Portugal it's cool.
It's lovely. It's so good. The food and the weather, everything.
I'll get fat if I go there, man.
I know, with the pastel
de pastries and the custard and all every day.
I was trying to be vegetarian for like, I don't know, since November last year.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got there, it was like, okay, one bitoke, which is like steak with eggs and fries
Oh
and
yeah,
pastor.
yeah, yeah.
It's like so much meat around. You can say no.
Yeah, but I suppose it's a good quality as well. It's not
It
like,
is.
in London you have to pay like a lot of money if you want good
Yeah,
quality meat and stuff like that.
exactly.
But you see
Same
what me, I'm
wine
the same.
and everything.
Fine.
Yeah, yeah,
But I stopped eating meat about 2 years ago, but I'm not like strict. I'm not like vegan, so I'm like, I say flexitarian.
yeah. That's a good term. I'm gonna
Yeah.
use it like that.
So like I'll eat fish every now and again, and I'll eat chicken sometimes. But I mean, I haven't eaten much red meat. But I know if I go to a place that's like maybe like South Africa or there where there's like good quality, and
Yeah,
I might still. I mean, I'm not like gonna be vegan and then some places you go, you can't you starving yourself and shit like that.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
don't
Ended
have
up
your fucking quinoa and avocados and shit.
I know, I know. Yeah, I mean, I think with balance, everything is fine, you know.
Yeah, I think so, man. I think so. And I mean, the fucking avocado farmers are being exploited in South America anyway, so it's the same like, quinoa and meat and whatever. So it's up to you to kind of find your balance.
Exactly.
So
Very
tell me
true.
a bit about going to South America anyway. Tell me about your growing up in Venezuela, man. Like,
Yeah. Well, I was born in Caracas, in the capital of
Caracas! Pa, 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 pa!
Look.
Gangster's paradise!
Yeah, it was really cool to have to have this experience of growing up there, because I think it prepares you to what you can see in the world, even though at the beginning you are kind of like locked in your bubble, and like I didn't have the need to like leave the country. I was happy there. You could go surfing, the music scene is good, but there's nothing like big cities to like do something.
Yeah.
Mm. But yeah, I started playing drums when I was like 14.
Mm.
um, Took me a while to convince my mom to get me a drum kit, because it's too noisy, and you got the typical, that's an instrument for boys, why don't you play piano? And I'm like, no, I like to hit drums. So yeah, then when I started, it was like natural. I remember I bought I went with her to the music shop, and it was like this green Yamaha, super expensive, and I fall in love with it. But she was like, no, you're gonna get this one because it's like cheapest, and you're probably gonna get bored in 3 months. And I was like, okay, just give me whatever, I'll accept it. And it came all on unfolded, like on ensemble. It was like instructions in Chinese. All the knobs and the screws and the heads, like what's this? And it took me like 2 hours kind of like feeling it, this might be here. And then I tune it, and then I start playing, but it felt so natural. Like in 2 weeks I did, like I play on top the CDs of like stuff that I used to listen, like Shakira, Smash Mouth, or Cranberries, and Pop
Yeah.
Santana, things like that. And then I joined to a music school, and this drum teacher, Jose Matos, who taught me everything I know. Like, he's the best. Yeah, he was very strict, but I learned a lot. It was kind of like the guy from Whiplash. But I love it. I love it. Now it's like if I don't have someone whipping my ass, I'm like so undisciplined and distracted. I start playing something, and then I'm like, no, let's do something else. And
But I don't know with you guys, man. Like, how many fucking amazing Venezuelan drummers and percussionists do I know? Like, fucking
yeah,
you, Joel, Ernesto, all these. It's like it's just natural. Even Baldo playing percussion. You guys are just like born with it. So you didn't grow up in like any traditional.
music
Oh,
family. I'm like the black sheep, because I chose all the activities, and no one, was like, why are you like a musician? I mean, I had my uncle play guitar or things like that, but I wasn't like born into that environment. I always like crave for it, or watch MTV and TV channels like with music videos, and we'll see the drummers and I will imitate their movement, but I didn't know if I was doing like the right thing. And then I just fall in love with it. It was like so cool. So I
and
started,
what about congas, timbales, percussion, stuff
you
like
know
that?
what? To be honest, my background back home, everyone, like all my friends, were either listening to metal or punk.
So you were
Um,
proper like 90s.
like I completely, grew up listening, I don't know, Aerosmith and Black Sabbath, and then changed to punk, Ramones and Pennywise. And then my drum teacher was like, no, you need to listen to like funk, listen to, I don't know, Earth, Wind and Fire and Funkadelic and things like that. And, I kind of like grew on to that. But majority was, the influence when I was in my house, my mom listening to like pop artists from Mexico, like Luis Miguel or things like that, and my uncle listening to like rock or salsa, lots of salsas, but I never play like percussion up to when I got here, like
Hmm.
properly, I studied them. Same with timbales, bongos. Like I think I appreciated more music from there when I came here, and I had that lack of, you know, missing really.
Yeah,
What?
because I noticed even like I mean, when I met you was when we were playing with Los Calendarios in
I love calendarios.
your favorite guys.
Yeah, man, it was a really good experience. I learned a lot.
And
They
that
were,
was like what? That was like Cuban, almost traditional
yeah,
Cuban rap kind of
yeah, yeah. It was a good
reggaeton.
mix.
But obviously, definitely feel because of what's his name,
Flo and Domingo.
Domingo. Obviously, he's a fucking amazing guitarist.
Nice.
You know, like one of the best singers and guitarists I've ever heard play. Like that natural Cuban fucking nylon string. The way he plucks those strings, so it's like it's percussion on its own. You know, like the sound that he used to make. But yeah, I
So
was gonna say with that, like from there, I've noticed you've moved through different genres and even into hip hop and you know what I mean, and to soul and that kind of stuff as well.
yeah, everything. I'm like really open in terms of like styles. I've never, you know, although my background was playing rock and punk when I was in Venezuela, like I had two main bands, funk, punk, and and rock, indie, especially. I think that was like what I used to play. And then I came here and went through like what was the name? Kind of like grunge. I went into a band. They were playing like grunge. I had to do a gig in Kent, and they were like in this pub. Everyone dressed in black with like leather jackets, motor guys like with motorcycles, and I was like, man,
Like the
but
real shit.
yeah, yeah. But then then I play reggae, and I just went all over trying to look what I really like. Like I think in a way it was for me to like step out the comfort zone and try something else, which
That's the
was
cool thing of London, isn't it? Like
yeah.
that's why London. I mean, like when I first came here, the first band I was in was a punk band as well, and like
Yeah,
I could hardly play bass, but it was just like bang 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 bang. Also like black, everyone in black and shit. Like you know, what I mean, like for me, I come from like a hip hop and soul kind of background. So it was, like the same, just London allows you to just experience whatever the hell you want, like to go wherever you want.
everything. The amount of, genres that you can find here in jams, even like during 1 week at the time when we had gigs. I remember at some point you could go to jam sessions every night. And I don't think there is another city in the world. Maybe I'm wrong, but
Maybe in
that
the
you
States,
can have one.
probably, maybe like New
Well,
York or like,
yeah, yeah, and the level amazing. But even I went to Bali, and Bali and Jakarta. They have the amount of musicians there and the quality, it's incredible. And they are very like open to fusion and Latin jazz and neo soul and stuff like that. I
have
was
you
in
heard this band called Krangbin? Or like, I don't know if I'm correct, pronouncing it correct. Krangbin, Khra. I must send you, like,
this.
it's guys from the States, but their sound is a fusion of like 70s Thai and like, from that kind of Bali area,
Wow.
soul, and then mixed like with some Arabic types, like three-piece band, man, drummer, guitarist, and a bass player, but fucking sick.
Send it to me.
Yeah, I'll send you. They really like chilled, but like their grooves are so good, man. Like, and it's different. I've never heard anything like that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, you used to gig like pretty much every night, man. Every
Yeah,
night
I
of the week.
mean, I always had a full-time job as well. Like, so Monday to Friday from 9 to 6, there is one Lya, and then after 6, I'll go to the studio, learn the songs for the gigs during the week. But probably around September last year, it got to a point that I was playing literally every night, jams or like concerts of some artists. I dep a lot for like people, Ernesto with Wara and some other artists, and it got really busy. That's to a point that I was like, okay, this is the time. I'm gonna finally quit my job and just be a full-time musician. But then I hold it in like January. I was thinking about it, but it's still very like um
It's a risk, isn't it?
yeah, you could have a really good month, and then the next month maybe have two gigs, and I'm so like scared not to have money to pay my rent that
Yeah.
I'm like, I like to have a good life. I like to go surfing. That's expensive, and When you are a
I was
drummer,
the same.
you need to get your car to transport the drums, because when I didn't have a car, I had to pay basically the income of the gig in Uber or transport. So
And
it
you
was,
got to pay for your drums, your cymbals, your snares,
yeah,
your toms, all your little bits, your pieces, your sticks every 5 minutes.
yeah.
An
And you know, like
expensive thing.
all drummers is not like guitar players. Like, yeah, you could spend money in a really good guitar, but then you just change
At
the strings.
once. Yeah, just
They
change.
have to pay for everything, like the cymbal, the heads, the sticks, like so much.
You have to change your
But
heads every now and again because you beat the shit out of it all the time. And
yeah, well, I learned not to, so they last longer.
so how did you get into because you obviously your day job is video editing.
Not really video editing at all.
No?
I'm doing quality control.
Okay.
It's a really weird change of career, but when I was back in Venezuela, I studied sound engineering in this technical school there, and I had work in HBO on the History Channel, A&E, doing sound design for like commercials and recording voiceover, things like that. And I thought, well, I have a really good CV. When I'm in London, it's gonna be super easy to get a job. Not like if you have experience here, they don't care if you won any award or whatever. You have to start kind of like from scratch.
Yep,
So then
definitely.
I went to like I studied in tech music schools, and a week before I came, the because of the currency exchange, basically at the time the government used to give you an allowance to pay the university or whatever, but because music wasn't like something that it could be rewardable for the nation, they denied my paper, like because they were like, "Oh, why do we have to give you money for you to study drums?" Like I had to
Was
write
it
a letter. It was
Venezuela
like,
government?
yeah, because you didn't have access to dollars on the normal price. Like I couldn't go to the house exchange and say, hey, I want $100, because you need to like ask to the government. And it was so messed up, so
Really?
much paperwork, that I was like, you know what, whatever, I'll do it. I'll do 3 months instead of the whole I think it was like 4 years. um so I just did a certificate, and then I started from scratch, working in bars, working in Pret, kind of like trying to get the same style of life that I had back home, but always looking into find a job related with like sound or video. So the first job into it was in a film company. I was doing bookings coordination of like film prints. So I had to duplicate, I don't know, 20 mopeds in Manhattan to go to Cineworld all over England and things like that. Like I know all the cinemas by heart now. Even in the world, we had to do like satellite transmissions for Coldplay and Bocelli. So you had to set up in their software like cinemas and all that. And it was really good because I learned a lot, kind of like the get loose with the language and not be like scared to speak with people and
Yeah.
clients, things like that. But then I saw this guy in the company. They had like a cinema, and he was the only one chill there. We were all like rushing all the time, and he was just watching films. And I was like, "What's your job?" Like, "No, I do quality control." Yeah, but what do you do? Just watch the film, make sure there are no details, like errors, glitches, like drop frame or whatever. So I was like, "That's it. That's the dream job." You don't really get to
Just
talk
watch
to
them.
clients directly. So then I started applying for it, and I got a job in another company, Deluxe Digital, and then from there I went. Like it's been 4 or 5 years now doing that. I'm working now on Universal Pictures. Um, so yeah, it's been good. It's been a few years
It's
there.
such a sick job,
Yeah,
Just
yeah. But
watching
it
movies all day.
depends on how you look at it, because sometimes it's really tiring for your head. You have to watch the same film over and over.
You
Like,
have to watch it a few times, like to make sure there's no glitches or anything.
yeah, I mean, like, for example, with Deluxe, I had the opportunity to watch like picture films from Fox, Warner, or whatever. But if there was a release like Lord of the Rings, I had to watch it like 15 times with 2D subtitles, 3D subtitles, the D-Box chair, and then you check stereo mix or 5.1 and things like that. So in during one day, I could watch the Lord of the Rings, I don't know, 2 times. At some point, you are like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. But like Whiplash, I saw it for like 8 times, I think. So I kind of like put my mind thinking, remember, it's not prep. You're not doing coffee for
That's true.
all that treats you like shit, and it's good. Just watch the film, and as well because I edit videos, so I kind of like look for the editing, like
You learn.
script things. Yeah, kind of like look at the film with another perspective.
Nice,
But
man.
in real life, like I haven't been to the cinema in ages. Like probably in the last 7 years, I've been 3 times to the
I
cinema.
suppose you don't need to go because you've seen all the movies, man. Imagine
Yeah,
you meet a new girl or something, and they're like, "Yo, you want to go to the cinema?" You're like,
next.
"No."
Goodbye. Yeah, no, no.
So tell
But
me
yeah,
about why did you leave? Why did you leave Venezuela? Like what
yeah. Well, I kind of like since I was 18, really wanted to go to study drums and see the world, because you get to this point where it's a really cool life. At the time, it wasn't so unsafe and
when was that? What year was that?
I don't know, around between 2000 and 2008, I guess that I was like between 15 and 23, 24. I had a really cool
Oh,
time there.
after Chavez.
The government, yeah, it changed everything to hell, literally. It really became really dangerous. Like I had a bat in my car. I've been chased for motorcyclists. I'm traumatized about police. Like I see a police and I'm like, um it was just too much, and before, because I can't shut up my mouth, I will say something or I will react in a probably not good way, and my mom was like, please go and visit your family in Europe, this is a ticket, like you have to see the world, don't stay here, because I was like really having a good life, I had a good job, I lived with my grandparents, I served probably like 4 times a week, and it was like good, but I knew it was getting to a point that either I was going to have a heart attack or I was going to get shot or
Mm.
kidnapped. So I left before I turned 25. And I don't know why. Oh, yeah. I ended up in London because I flipped a coin. I was going to go to Barcelona because I had friends there. And then I had a friend here, Tony, who's a drummer as well. And he was like, man, London is really cool. Like, maybe try here. And if it doesn't work, you can go to Barcelona. And I was like, you know what? Cool, because it's a different language.
I was just gonna say, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, at the time, I just knew one person, and that was it, And then it was a really challenging thing, And then I thought, well, I'm gonna do a sacrifice because I probably cannot serve so often, so I will be more focused on music. And and then after a few years, I realized that if I don't serve often, I die.
You go
So it's
crazy.
like, yeah, yeah, yeah. It took me 3 years, kind of like start surfing, because at the beginning I didn't know anyone, I didn't have a board, and then it was too far away, and nah. But now it's perfect. I got my
Now you
car,
have
got
a car, yeah.
yeah.
But you go to Wait, before I go to the surfing, I wanted to ask. So what was your English like when you first came here?
Oh, well, in Venezuela, you kind of like have English very like Americanized. In the school, you
Also,
are
you could speak fluently. Everyone could.
not at all. You just, hi, my name is Lya, and that's it. But I had to do the IELTS to get into uni here, and obviously it's different. Like I guess when someone in Venezuela teach you, and it wasn't like how to learn or whatever. It was how to do the test quicker, and I was like, man. So I had to watch films with like English subtitles or like read loud and make emphasis in the pronunciation because English is very different from the American. And it took me a while. I think I was dating someone English for like a few years, and that helped a lot.
Okay.
So the rest, working in prep, that really helped a lot because and bars, like you have to deal with different accents, and that was cool.
English accents, man. I mean, even when I came here, I grew up speaking English, but like, there's so many people I couldn't understand here. Like, I was like, what the fuck are you saying? Like, and they speak so fast as well. Like, if you
It's
go
crazy.
Liverpool, if you go Scotland, even East London or wherever, like, there's people.
You know what I mean, man? Oh my god. Yeah, it took me time, and as well I learned French like basic, so I have this mix of languages. Like now that I came back from Portugal, and I was like mixing Portuguese with English with, oh man, it's so hard sometimes.
You could speak Portuguese before now.
Well, that's the thing, in my family, my grandfather was Portuguese, and he always spoke Portuguese to us, but
Okay.
I understood half, and I was like, wow. So I kind of like took the piece and always spoke like Brazilian, and they got pissed off because he was like, don't speak like that, speak like Portuguese, because it's different.
Yeah.
And now I regret it because I didn't learn it like properly. I think I should. It's more Portuñol than Portuguese. I mean, if I go there and I speak, they understand, but I'm always struggling like so slower, because I can't understand.
But
But
also, I mean, they a lot of them understand Spanish anyway. I know like a lot of Portuguese people I know speak French or they speak Spanish
yeah,
as well. So it's like you can kind
it,
of get by.
yeah, it's fine. I mean, when you get the nice people that they make an effort to understand you, it's cool. But then you have others that won't make an effort and they just repeat the same right, and you are like, what?
Oh my goodness. So
Mm.
you still well, I mean now you got your car, you can drive whatever, and you skateboard as well. You skating.
Yeah, I
Proper
actually
90s kid.
great. Well, I mean, I don't do it often because I already broke too many bones. And when I had gigs, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna risk it. But yesterday I went for the first time after months. Now I'm in pain, but it's good. It's good. Good
Yeah.
exercise. Went to Finsbury Park. They have a really cool ball there. So I'm trying to like learn again.
We're in
Um,
Finsbury Park.
next to the tennis courts.
Oh, on the bottom side, like near
Yeah,
the by the baseball fields and stuff.
yeah. Yeah, it was good. It was empty when I arrived
And do you
until the
still have your studio near Finsbury Park? Are you still sharing with Joel and oh
no, it's Michelle now.
okay.
Michelle Castellanos. Great drummer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, so you still have the place, you still go there to practice and stuff. And
I should go to practice. I went yesterday to put everything back, the drums, because I had it here and I came back from the trip, so I had to do quarantine. And I was like, maybe I should stay. But then I tried to play here and it's not the same. Even when we started the lockdown, I tried to do some videos and I'm always concerned about like the neighbors,
neighbors.
never the same. But yeah, now I'm gonna be more serious and go to practice.
So what happened to all the bands that you were playing in? Obviously now with lockdown and all that shit, everything
Yeah,
just I mean the live music, so many of our friends, your friends,
yeah.
it's like what the fuck now, man? You
And
know?
now that I think there must be a plan B. I don't think everything will go back to the normal for another year or so. I mean, I had 2 gigs with Collectiva live streaming, and
Hey, I
that was
like that band, they fucking sick. Oh
yeah,
shit. That new song that you put out. Wow, man.
good. Yeah, we did that
Wow.
in the lockdown. It's really good because there is a mix of lots of influences
Mm.
and we are from everywhere, so it's nice.
And all
Um,
females as well.
yeah, getting
It's
back.
the girl that's singing and playing keys, is she the one that was at that the jam that you invited me to that one time? That was
Mm,
playing keys and stuff. I
probably, yeah.
recognize the
Yeah.
Percussionists of
Luisa.
Venezuela.
She's
Luisa.
from Luisa. She's half Colombian, half English.
Okay, but now you guys are sick, man. And you got the horn section.
Yeah. I mean,
Shit.
it took time, I guess. Like they started probably like 2 years ago, and the the people, they have changed and towards the time. When I went last year in for a jam session, then it was like, wow, this is really cool. And then, people come in and out. I mean, the thing about this is like there is a collective and there is always like if someone can win, there is another one that can jump in. But to organize all that is hectic, especially with so
Yeah.
many, and we all play with different bands as well. So it's a thing, when you
Yeah.
are in a band,
Harmony.
you're supposed to be in the same page, man, and with the same level of commitment so you can work out. And I think that's the thing with the rest of the bands that I play with, because I'm not like in the band, I'm always like covering someone, or they all have many things at the same time, so I guess it's hard to like just focus on one thing.
But no, many bands are like that. I mean, even the bands I play in now, like there's only like 2 or 3 people that I play with, but only, I mean, they're not gigging like all the time. So like I can still have a live, and if they need to practice or something, I'll go and I'll practice.
And
So
that's
like I play with Maurici.
yes, how is that going?
Yeah. We like just before lockdown, we played Ronnie Scott in December, and then we opened for um shit, I can't remember the name. A big band, man. We played the Roundhouse.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah, on the main stage, man. That was sick. Like we opened for what is their name? You know them, man. Like kind of Afrobeat sound with the girls. The girls all play horns.
From
Um, is not Ezra Collective. Oh fuck, I can't. The name escapes me now. It will come back to me. Yeah, and then with another band as well, Muti and the Solar Plexus. I mean, that's been like few and far between. Also like a funk style jazz, well not jazz, funk, hip hop, rock, a mixture, eclectic kind of thing. You know, like me, I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I don't want to like commit to anything as well.
yeah,
And I dipped for Josh last year for Animans, which was like, yeah, finally
yeah.
got to play with Animans. Are you still playing with them?
No, I mean, always when they need someone in timbales, in congas, or on drums, they call me. But yeah, that was really cool. I mean, unluckily we didn't play together, but last year I think I got a few gigs with them.
Mm.
It was really
Wara? Was
what
it
as
just,
well. What I is going, I guess. They were gonna release something soon. They have like a single tiempo out as well. But yeah, it's cool, man.
yeah, I need to actually get Eliane to come on the podcast and so I can
Yeah,
chat with her, man. She's also another
she's back in
amazing,
London for sure. She'll have time.
yeah, she's another amazing musician as well. So the lockdown has been, but I mean, I think that's the thing for me and you. I mean, like for me, I've always made sure I have other work other than just playing music, you know,
Yeah,
because like you said, in London, you can make a living being a musician if you're gonna do like covers and as well as, you know,
yeah.
and even still now with lockdown, it's like now what, you know?
What exactly? I used to get lots of like books to play in parties, like private parties with DJs playing bongos with sticks and things like that. It's incredible how sometimes playing, this commercial music pays better than original music, and it's sad as well.
Yeah,
You can make, I mean, I have friends, they have their career just going abroad, gigs, and yeah, it's a cool thing, but at the same time, is it like truly for the soul? So then I kind of like rather to keep my full-time job and be able to choose what I really want to play, because it's giving me something, either because I'm enjoying the people that I'm playing with, or it's paying very well, or I'm learning something, and it's pushing me to be better in certain, style or whatever. So I don't know. At this point, I'm in like in between in the line. Like, well, now I want to really filter what I want to play before saying yes to whatever. If
yeah,
I don't feel like fulfilled with it, I'm not gonna play. For me, it needs to be about the groove, or like the connection, especially that you have with the musicians.
yeah, man. Yeah, it's
Playing or
important.
recording. Yeah,
Because you know how frustrating that can be, like being in a band and then like you have to go and like, you know, band stuff is always long. You go for sound check, you fucking waiting all day.
yeah,
You have to
and
spend time with these people. If you don't like them or you don't get along with them, it's like, oh fuck me.
yeah, it's horrible. I know, and especially in this industry, there are so many egocentrics that
Oh
I'm
man.
done with it. I'm done with the ego of the people, and the competition as well. Like at some point with social media, I even got like with anxiety and shit, because I was like, man, sometimes I edit really cool videos, and I don't get as many likes as if I post a picture of my ass naked, and that's so sad. But at the same time, it's like I don't care anymore. After
Yeah.
actually after this trip, I realized that I'm just gonna post shit that I like, just for me, but not because I care about whatever, that you have to have so many followers to get booked or to get endorsed or whatever. Like, it's just bollocks.
Yeah, but I mean that's the nature of the beast now, isn't it? Like you have to kind of sell your ass if you want to like make serious money. But if you're in a position where you can make money other ways, then when it comes to the music, like you say, you can choose what you want to do
Yeah,
instead of like, yeah, instead of selling your soul, you know what I mean? Or
exactly.
shit, your
Exactly.
hair is long. Is that your hair?
My ear.
Your hair, it's long,
My
man.
hair.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
I shave here as well.
Oh wow. I never seen
um,
your hair that
um,
long before. Oh Leah, you're a lady now.
yeah.
Oh, bro. Are you a lady or no?
I'm a lady. I want to be a princess lady.
You want to be a princess?
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is the first time that I had the hair so long, like
Yeah.
over me with short hair. Like I always had mohawks, I shave it myself, dyed with all colors. But now it's like hippie surfer.
But it's true, like you were saying about the lockdown, like it's really changed a lot of people's perception and like how has it been for you? Like I mean, I mean, do you have people with you? Or are you alone? Like or
I have a flatmate. We've been, furlough, working from home, things like that. Like I'm talking to you, and I have the other window here checking all the stuff that I have to do now. But I mean, for me, to be honest,
That's
it's
you're
been,
lucky to be followed, though. Like that's. I mean, as a
yeah,
musician,
exactly, exactly. No, that really saved me because otherwise, I don't know, I'll be I'll be long gone from England, I guess. Like it's impossible to pay the rent without, like a job that allows you that. Like in terms of gigs and stuff, it was never, for me at least, it was never enough. Like, and as well, it depends of where you live. Like, because I know friends, they are full-time musicians, but they live bloody far away, and or like in warehouse with 15 people, and I'm 45. Like, I'm
yeah.
done with. I want to have a good life.
You need to have your own space. You need to be able to your own
Yeah,
car, do things. I mean, my friends as well, living in the warehouses and stuff, and it's cool. But yeah, I mean,
it depends of the quality of life that you want to give to yourself, I guess. So you know,
now
I
that's
guess.
why I say you're my sister from another mother, man. It's all like we're very so similar in that, even in the way we grew up and places we come from and stuff. But like
Yeah.
as this says as the lockdown made you more, have you been, are you spiritual, or like has it made you a bit more? Or?
Yeah, I'm like super spiritual since I'm free. Probably like 4 years ago that I kind of like committed to be with myself for a while, and like, just realizing about things that I didn't before. And I think I forgot about myself before in relationships and like the style of life. And now it's crazy. But I kind of like fall in love with surfing because it really connects me with my mind, and like just being there, sitting, waiting for a wave on my own, like without
Nature.
people talking to me. It's nature, is another kind of things. And yeah, definitely, man.
That's like it's like a religion almost, Like I mean, that's like being with God, being one with the universe. Like you say, you're sitting there, you're in the middle of the ocean, you're in the ocean, you're waiting for a wave to come.
Yeah, and you're not just because I think I'm so hyper.
Yeah,
And then
you are.
it's too much. My mom told me recently, like, "Oh, I didn't give you pills when you were a child because that was not common before." And I was like, "Yeah, she'll be fine. Just go for a run." And like today, I almost did 10K. I was like, even though I have to be in quarantine, I cannot keep steady. I need to like be doing something. But yeah, this is what I wanted this time off. Unfortunately, with a disease or whatever is happening, that kind of like stop everything. But I really wanted time to stop and like sleep 8 hours. I didn't sleep barely five before. Like it was crazy, and I don't know if I could go back to how I was living before. This made me realize, like, I like my time to go running, to go cycling, like to do stuff for me, to read a book or like just do things for me instead of doing things for the rest of the world. So
So
it's
have
been
you doing it?
really, oh yeah, I'm like so happy. I mean,
Yeah, you
I've been,
seem a bit calmer than usual. I mean, I know you're hyperactive usually, but you do seem a little bit calmer.
yeah, big time. I mean, in the last few months, I've been surfing, I don't know, 2, 3 times per month. Like I travel to my friend's house, or I even camp a lot. I went camping on my own, like so cool. Then I lost the key of my car and I had to come back on the train,
Shit.
go back. But yeah, it's full of adventures,
Yeah,
and
that's good, man.
yeah, it's been awesome, to be honest. I
So
mean,
where
I
do
was
you usually go surfing? Like on Hula
here.
side or
Well, I have
Hives, Yuki?
one of my best mates. He lives in Bournemouth, and so we go there and around there. There are really cool surf spots that if it's working, it's cool. Otherwise, we go to Croyd, Woolacombe, Newquay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So now I'm meeting more people around there, so I'm trying like to go more often. But the West Coast, basically, it's
Have
really,
you
really.
thought about like maybe living in Bristol or something?
I thought about it, I really thought about it. Bournemouth, Bristol, Newquay, but then it's too far. But then now I'm thinking, well, for now there are no gigs. But the thing with work, that if I had to go to work, like I had to go last month for like 3 days, it's 20 minutes from where I live now, which is central London, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
And I really love Hampstead Heath as well. So kind of like reminds me of the mountain La Vila in Venezuela. So I'm like every day just going to the little mountain there for a jog.
You still living in the same place? Like that?
Yeah, and Tottenham Park.
Yeah, don't give people your address. They're gonna come and they're gonna come find you
Oh yeah, please. I'm going for a coffee. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
there.
Yeah, no, it's been really good. Like in this area, it's really, really nice.
Yeah, you're close to everything there, man. That's like, it's
Everything.
really close to London as well.
Yeah,
Tube, trains, everything.
and the studio as well, and like have lots of friends living around here now, so it's cool. What's the name of this guy? Is it a politician? Ed Miliband.
Ed Miliband, yeah.
He lives around here. Like I see him all the time. It's so bizarre. Yeah, there are a bunch of people that lives around here.
Hopefully you're not gonna start
Hello, hello.
get into politics now, Leah.
Oh, no, fuck that. Enough of politics in my country to care about the rest.
Oh man, so what is it? Why? I mean, like you obviously in touch. Your mom is your mom there or is she?
No, my mom she's living in Panama with my grandma. It's been a few years now, probably like 3, 4 years. I'm not sure. They are all right, luckily. They kind of like have they can go out for a walk now because I think before they had to like girls or women they will go out on Tuesday and Thursday and men will go out like Monday, Wednesday and Friday, things like that. It was a weird measure there, but yeah, they are really good. And in Venezuela I got my dad, my uncle, my grandfather. um, they're all right, just holding on.
Yeah, I
um,
mean, wow, lockdown must have been bad there, man. Like fucking hell.
it is. They are still in lockdown. It is insane. To be honest, I don't know. I really admire the people that keeps doing everything possible to like have a life there because it's so hard and everything. I mean, I went back in October, November last year for like 10 days after 6 years without going there, and it was shocking. In a way, I really miss it a lot. So I really like wanted to hug everyone in the street. I love it, but it's hard to just go to the supermarket, see the prices. Like they earn less than $1 of like minimum salary per month, and you get like X for I don't know how many dollars now, and everything increases so quick. So it's like that you have to queue more than 20 hours to get petrol, or you don't have what, like if I wanted to take a shower I had to wake up every day, I don't know, between 6 and 6:30. You got like 30 minutes of water and then they cut in, and electricity problems, the internet so slow. It's like everything
So much
so high.
like South Africa.
Yeah, yeah, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like South Africa, if you have money and if you like, you can be okay. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
everyone else, it's almost similar. With the crime, with the electricity cutting out. They have these load shedding cutting out, the corruption, the
yeah. I
politics. And
think the crime and the kidnapping went down because literally everyone left. Like there is no, like, what can you steal? There's nothing to steal, it's not. But yeah, hopefully it will change one day. Who knows?
oh man, but Leah, it's been so nice to talk to you today, man. I haven't seen you in ages.
We'll have to jam or something at some point.
Yeah, maybe it's gonna be online jam.
Yeah.
Have you been doing these Zoom online jams? They're weird, man.
Oh, how do you do with the latency?
Yeah, you can't. That's the thing. So I've been playing in this virtual acoustic poetry band.
Okay.
But like it's like I'll play guitar or I'll play bass, but then it will be like a flute player. So there'll be no percussion or drums to keep the timing.
All right.
There's like a delay, but then because it's poetry and spoken word, it kind
Mm,
of works in a way, you know what I mean? So
all
the
right.
sound like filters in and out and then cuts in.
Yeah, yeah, I can imagine.
But yeah, I mean that's what I've been doing recently. But I'm
Yeah. No, I think I have prepared like to record some stuff and upload some videos because I have the time now. But yeah, pretty much. Oh, I have a gig coming up at the end of October. Is it October? Yeah. 31st with Colectiva. Um, depends if it happens, if we don't get like proper lockdown.
yeah,
Uh,
because I'm thinking now, like, because obviously now they've changed the rule back,
yeah,
no
we'll see. I
public
think it will
content.
be North London in a venue in Tottenham. But if I have the details and everything is gonna work fine, then I'll let you know.
Yeah,
And then,
because that's my area. North London, good. South London, bad.
uh, I thought you live in South London.
No, I'm North, man.
Ah,
I've always been North, past Enfield. My studio was in Tottenham, remember?
yeah. Oh,
Yeah, so I was always up north. Like, yeah, North London is where I do. And now I have a studio that I use in Hackney now.
okay, cool.
Yeah, so when I do, I mean, it's not like the old place. I just
Yeah.
to pay and go kind of vibe. So like whenever I get any recording, otherwise I just do everything at home now.
Yeah.
You know?
Cool.
Yeah, and I'm studying. I'm doing some other stuff and whatever. So
That's great.
busy. Kids, man. You know, kids and wife and family.
Yeah, you have 3 men. Amazing.
Yeah. Some of us can't go surfing every weekend and stuff like that. You know.
Well, I mean, you could, wrap them all in tape. And that's
Hey, we went to past Bristol like a few weeks ago with all of them. It was nice, but it's hectic when you're traveling with 3 kids, man.
yeah. Kind of
I'm gonna go. We're planning to go like Wollacombe next year, so I wanna try and surf again because I went a few times. I managed to stand up. You know, I've always wanted to be a surfer, but I just never ever had the opportunity. Like I come from a city, you know what I mean? Like you never
Yeah.
had to
Well,
surf.
me too. There is no excuse if you really want to.
No, but Venezuela, you had a beach in the city, no?
No, you have to drive like 40 minutes because basically, like
40
this.
minutes, that's not bad.
Exactly.
In Johannesburg, the nearest beach is like 5 hours.
Okay, that's a long drive. But
Mm.
look, here is 5 hours as well. When you go to Wollacombe, let me know, and we
Yeah,
can.
no, that'll be next year in probably August or September or something with the family. And
Cool.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll probably be on like one of those foam
Big.
boards to start with.
Yeah. I actually want to get one of those, like this is the last one I got and it's really cool. But when there are like really flat waves with the proper longboard, I want to learn more into that style. So elegant, like the figures and stuff.
Like Hawaiian style.
Yeah, like walk and come back and
You didn't say like are you spiritual, like, or it's just surfing your spirituality? Is that your thing? Do you
I
believe
don't
in
know.
God? Do you believe in any religion or anything?
I believe in the universe. I don't know how to put it up, but numerology, astrology, the planets, whatever, everything. I mean, I was raised Catholic. Yeah, there is some energy and something out. I'm not like, you know, um, what's the word? Super strict with like religion.
Yeah. But I see
Flexible.
you've been doing yoga and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, Strala yoga, so good.
It's good for
You
surfing as well, I guess.
because my cousin, she's a yoga instructor, and she introduced me to this new style, Strala. It's
Strala,
like,
never heard of that.
yeah, it's so good. Founded by this woman, amazing, Tara Stiles. I think she's from America, um, probably from America. But she came to London. We went to one of her classes, and it was so amazing because it feels like a chanting, and you have to be like focused on being in the position, all strict. And I hate that, and because I really, I broke this wrist, and I'm always like in pain. So this is kind of like a mix with Tai Chi and like the breathing and stuff, how you will reach the position, instead of like forcing you to do something. So it's very like free and open. So
Yeah, you must send me some links. I'll have a
yeah,
look into it and check
yeah,
it.
yeah, definitely. Super.
So yeah, but no, Leah, thank you so much for coming on today. It's been honestly a pleasure to see you and to talk to you again. Is there anything you want to leave us with, or any final thoughts you want to say, or?
Oh, wash your hands, my darling. No, hopefully we'll get to see each other very soon and like keep an eye out for live gigs and
Yeah, tell
stuff.
me about that. If that gig happens, I'll definitely come, man, because I want to do some shit. I want to go out as well. I want to do shit too.
I think actually this Saturday there is a jam session
Is it?
in Green Park. I'll send you the details.
Yeah, I think I need to get out. I mean, there's a jam. My friend does a jam in Dalston as well every Thursday, but
Okay,
by invite only. He's a sick drummer, so I'll let you know about that as well.
yeah, awesome.
All styles welcome as well. Like
Yeah,
it's called the Fish Tank or something. But yeah, he sends out invites and you have to register to go because obviously they limited people and stuff. So maybe we
yeah,
can do that.
I'm super up for it. Let's meet up more this year.
Yes, next year you mean? This year's almost over.
Well, but no, it's not over yet.
That's right. Okay,
Cool.
cool, man. Yo, this has been the Other Side of the Sun podcast. It's the Solar Kid with Leah. Thank you so much. Peace. We out.